Happy Friday and welcome back to Drinking by My Shelf. Hands up if you are partaking in some hair of the dog right now. Today I am going to be having some fun with this video. I am putting my own spin on a very popular YouTube video, which is YouTubers reacting to their own hate comments. But I don't really have any hate comments because A, obviously I'm perfect, and B, I'm irrelevant. So instead, I'm going to be reacting to hate comments on my favourite books. I'm going to be going through Goodreads and looking at the meanest things people have said about my beloved books, and I'm going to fight them. I genuinely feel as nervous as if these comments were going to be about me. These books are my babies, don't say anything bad about them. We're obviously going to start with my all-time favourite book, Ella Enchanted. Bring it on. This book gets a 1 star, and if it were possible to give it a 0, I would. Why? What a load of tripe. Rude! At least people have commented on her comment saying, I'm confused. I'm confused too. How could you have anything bad to say about Ella Enchanted? I was bored. Very bored. Were you reading the same book? There's like ogres and stuff in it. Ella's a Mary Sue? Oh no you didn't. This is the comment that's made me the most angry of all. It didn't help that I had already seen the movie, which is funnier and more exciting. That movie is the worst piece of trash I have ever seen. Don't even compare them. And another one! I truly and honestly believe the movie was way better. Bitch, what movie did you watch? I thought that this book was disgusting. What? What's disgusting about it? This book is a paragon of gender stereotype. Now that's very interesting because I wrote my whole women's studies dissertation about how feminist this book is. Agree to disagree with you. This book was awful. I made it to page 96 and had to quit. I'm gonna see what happened on page 96. That's the bit where she's having supper with the elves. It's really nice. Okay, that is too upsetting. We are moving on to everyone's least favourite Harry Potter book, which is actually one of my favourite Harry Potter books, Chamber of Secrets. So lame, boring, petty, plotless, uninteresting, lame, boring, and boring. Okay. It was a bit sloppy. I don't think this is anybody's favourite Harry Potter book. Pleased to meet you, bitch. This really is the worst book of the Harry Potter bunch. No, book number 6 is the worst of the bunch. Conclusion, it's a crummy book. You're a crummy person, Brad. Jane Austen sucks. There's nobody in all of the world's literature more overrated than Austen. Excuse me, have you ever written a book? Her characters are insufferable and frankly the stories suck. That is rude. She was a genius. Boring, dense, filled to the brim with pretentious prose and a lackluster plot, coupled with dull characters makes this book a snorefest. Dull characters? In what universe are Elinor and Marianne Dashwood dull characters? Do you ever just read a book and you say to yourself, why in the hell did I start reading this? Do I hate myself today? That's how I feel about reading your review right now. Every moment with this book felt like a waste of my time. You're a waste of my time. Yuck, what self-indulgent muck. I mean, that's funny. Mostly people really hate the characters of One Day, which, fair enough, but I still thought it was such a sweet story. The humour, if it could be called that, is roughly on par with children's knock-knock jokes. Do you see me laughing at your stupid joke? No. I actively groaned more times than be counted. I honestly don't understand. That book was charming. Dull and predictable? This is like the Swedish Forrest Gump. In what way is that dull or predictable? This is the stupidest book I've tried to read in a long time. Well, I think you're the stupidest book I've tried to read in a long time. Didn't work for me. Way too freaking weird and boring. How can you be freaking weird and boring? We were liars. We were tedious. It's not though. I wish I could burn it. I mean, no one's stopping you. You can burn whatever you want. The main character is a twit, but then the whole family is. I mean, loads of people hated this book. I thought it was really good. Well, this was all kinds of pointless and depressing. Ugh! I felt nothing. How? How could you feel nothing? This book literally, changed my whole life. This one's quite good, actually. This book be like, cry, bitch. Yeah, that's true, but it does it in a good way. Poorly written, boring, and tasteless? I will fight you. Bloody awful. It isn't. Good God, would somebody please call the ambulance? I mean, this is getting aggressive now. Oh, I know this girl. What did she say? I just thought this book was a waste of my time. Unsubscribing. Just kidding. I feel like there is a special circle of hell reserved for authors like this. I mean, be a bit less dramatic. A big no thank you. I mean, at least that's polite. Meh, I wish I could go back in time and read something else. I do get that feeling about other books sometimes. Yeah, this book sucks. Okay. I judge folks who tell me this book is a favourite. Well, that's uncalled for. I'm not judging you by your favourite book. Unless it's something really bad. Oh god, I'm nervous to go into the comments of we should all be feminists, because it's all going to be sexist bullshit. I am here to say that the movement feminism, in inverted quotes, has been destructive. This is a long comment. Oh my god, it's so boring. He's telling his whole story of how he used to be a feminist and now isn't anymore. Skipping that. Too long, didn't read. Someone's given it 1 star, I just read a TED Talk. Yeah, it literally is her TED Talk. It says that on the book. You can't give it a 1 star because you didn't pay attention to what the book is. Book is insignificant. Men will always be better. Oh, I am coming for you. Also, there are only 2 genders and the wage gap is a myth. We are gonna have words. 1-word reviews just rated it mutton-headed. It's a good use of a word. Short version, I abhor this book. I mean, that's a poncy word to use. It's rather amusing how the book's supposed to be abridged by all the crap in it, and yet I see too many moments I would cut from this version. That's the point. What's your name? Jeanette? I absolutely hated this book to the point where I couldn't even read it. The preface is all a big lie. It's a joke. It's all part of it. It's great. I hate Wesley, but he's a dreamboat. I keep seeing the same people crop up who've insulted other books. Jeanettes Back. She says that this book is an absolute bore. I have a sneaking suspicion that Jeanette is an absolute bore. I want my 4 hours back. I mean, girl, impressed that you read it in 4 hours. Grr, I persisted with this novel for far too long. Grr at you. Definitely a teenage read? Judgy! And finally, we're looking at my long-time favourite book, that is Vile Bodies by Evelyn Waugh. I didn't like or even care about any of the characters or give a crap about what happens to them. This book makes me cry more than like any other book I've read. It was touted as a hilarious book, but I'm not sure I laughed even once. Oh, okay. A lot of people thinking that the author is a woman and then being rude based on that. No plot, load of rubbish. Alrighty then. Utterly mindless and pointless drivel. I mean, to be fair, everyone that I've made read this book really hates it. I don't know why, I just love it so much. I wish it were a bit more amusing. Well, I wish you were a bit more amusing. Yes, that's me, queen of the non-childish comebacks. Okay, so I think that is quite enough of that. Feeling very defensive of my old pals. So now I'm going to need you to leave me a comment below telling me that you loved one of my favourite books so that I can feel happy again. And while you're here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and click that subscribe button for new videos every Friday. See you next time!